All right, call me crazy, call me genius.
Here's a cool little lamp. This is one of them walnut cookies after she dried it in the kiln.
I don't know, call me whatever you want. But we have this big chest freezer in the garage. So this thermometer here, it's actually a meat thermometer that I had. I don't think it goes below 52. All right, so it's been a week with my experiment pseudo kiln freezer. Well, it's only 30 out here today. Although it's warmer than what it's going to be in the next couple of days. So I'm back over here on this second pile for walnut. The first pile was back there, and then this was the second pile. I was going to see if I could find anything useful. So I just started. Got a few things cut and stacked. I don't know how soon we'll get out here with the tractor to get everything. So I got it all stacked up, mainly above the ground, which was my goal. There's still a couple of long ones in here I might grab. This was that stump that was buried underneath, or that crotch that was buried underneath, and unfortunately is split all the way through on one side. The other side looks good. I mean, the other branch. But I mean, I might be able to do something with it once it dries. I'm not sure. But I'm going to keep it anyway. All right, back to it. All right, well, here's like a dozen more logs, different sizes. Again, these are just the tops and the parts that were left from the logger. So I'm not going to find any 14, 16 inch logs. So I think I might have created a nice little winter shelter for somebody. If they're looking for a good home. It's supposed to get down to, I think, 2 degrees and 6 degrees next few days. So that might just come in handy for somebody. It's all right. You enjoy it. I don't need it right now anyway. Well, I think I'm done picking out what I want out of this pile here. There are some nice ones that are on the ground, but they're on the ground, and I'm not going to even try to lift them up. I did find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. They're about 9, 10 inches diameter, and I kept them like 8 foot long-ish. So I'll keep them, but I think that's going to be it for today. I'm off work today, back tomorrow, so I think I'm just going to go for a little ride. There are some interesting leftovers from the logger that I find, and of course then I'm looking at it like, wonder if I could use that. So this one has a lot of punkiness in the middle. But the outside is very solid yet. So what I'm thinking is you would just get rid of all that gunk in the middle. And then, I don't know, maybe put a mirror in it or something else. It looks like it's about halfway cut. Maybe 3/4. I have my chainsaw. Well, it's actually Joe's. The gas one, not the electric. Electric would never get through that. But I might see if I can finish that off and bring that home. Alright, well, that really didn't work out like I had planned because it's actually solid. So, yeah, there's my cut piece. Solid on one side. There's that punkiness on there. And that's the side I was looking at that I thought I could just chisel out, which I probably still can. Well, either way, it's very unique, so I am definitely going to bring it home, add it to the collection. For what? Who knows? Well, for as much as I don't want to, it's time to head back in. What a beautiful afternoon for January, mid-January, before we get to our single digits. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I cut this cedar. It was a standing dead one. Thought I was recording, but it wasn't recording. So now I'm recording. Anyway, this is going to be a small coat rack that I need just right by behind the front door there. I need it kind of small, so that's why I picked this one. Should clean up really good. It's already debarked, so it's going to be basically all heartwood mixed in there. So that'll be a project for one of these cold days coming up. But yeah, I'm glad I got out here. Definitely worth it. I just told Joe that I was slowly headed back in, which, I mean, yeah, I'm going pretty slow here. But I saw some bark that I wanted to pick up. And then I see a tree here with the bark that's just about to come off. And I know, what are you going to do with the bark, Sharon? Actually, there's a lot of things you can do with it once it's dry. And bugs are out of it, and whoever else is living. I made a lot of decorations with it. I don't have my tripod, so I gotta set the phone down, but let me see if I can get a chunk off of there. Well, I was as careful as I could be, but it's still a little bit frozen out here. So actually some of it was still froze on there. But I got, I don't know, maybe 3 smaller pieces and then 3 bigger pieces. So I'll take them with me. And again, this is a dead standing, well, there's the other piece of it that fell down. So I would never take bark off a live tree. Well, here just a few yards away, I found another one that's dead and standing. Has some loose bark on it. See if I can get anything off of this one. So here's my latest stack that's out here air drying. Yeah, I got lots of cookies. I just don't have much patience, which I know I need to get. All right, call me crazy, call me genius. I don't know, call me whatever you want. But we have this big chest freezer in the garage that came with the house, and we use it in deer season. You know, they can put the carcasses in there if they need to, but otherwise we don't use it. So I have another use for it. I have a whole bunch of walnut that I'm cutting into some cookies and some other parts and pieces. And they've been drying outside for a couple of months now, and I need to get them a little bit drier. So I don't have a kiln, but I do have a big freezer. Now, I've seen YouTube videos where you can actually convert it into a kiln by putting holes in it and stuff. Well, we still want to be able to use it as a freezer, so I'm kind of improvising and adapting, sort of. Let me show you. So, I'm going to use the racks that are in there already. I put a bag on the bottom. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of water that comes out of them. Of course, I can't find my moisture meter because it's buried in one of those boxes on the wall there, which is why I'm trying to make a table to work on stuff. But that's a whole nother story. So I got different slices here. They've been drying in the house also, so they're not that wet anymore, but I do want to get the rest of the bark off of them, little ones, so I can make a table. So what I found was a little heater that has a fan on it and a thermostat. So I'm going to put that in here and let that run. It is like below freezing outside, and it's 40 degrees, 38 degrees in the garage. So then the only insulation in the garage is in the ceiling. So this thermometer here, it's actually a meat thermometer that I had. I don't think it goes below 52 because I don't think you want your meat below 52 anyway. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, and I'll turn this on and probably check it this evening. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you just need heat, you need air circulating, and like I said, if there was a lot of moisture, well, you wouldn't put freshly cut stuff in here anyway. You got to let it air dry a little bit. So I don't know, it might work, might not. I am going to leave a gap so that the air can circulate and any humidity can get out. So it actually works pretty good right where it is. There's going to be a little gap there, and that's where the moisture can get out if there is any. So here we are. We're at 50 degrees. I don't know what time it is, but I'll come back out in a few hours because I don't know exactly what to set this thermostat on yet. But I'm just going to put it on low. I'll probably put it almost all the way up. Now, is it going to get to 200 degrees where you want it? No. But I mean, it's 70 in the house, so even 100 degrees, I'd take that for a day or two or a week, whatever. So I don't know. It might work, it might not. How are you going to know unless you try? See how it looks this evening. All right, it's been 3 hours since I turned it on. Let's see what it's gonna be at. I'll just be happy if the fan's still going. The heater. Oh, I still hear it. Oh, we're at 102. I hear it running. No, it is still, yeah, it's like 40 degrees in here. So that's good. I'm not going to open it because it's just going to get all the heat out, but it just might work. I'm going to check it tonight, see what the temperature is. I may turn the thermostat down a little bit because who knows if that thing's going to last or not. Wasn't the most expensive one. Okay. All right, so it's been a week with my experiment with my pseudo kiln freezer thingy. Been keeping the temperature just a little over 100. Like I said, I know it's not kiln temperature, but I also don't want to damage the inside of it. And no, I never did get to town to buy a moisture meter, but I can tell you they're a lot lighter than what they were when I put in. Yeah, especially these guys. So could they stay in there longer? Yeah. But I got a bunch sitting outside, and we're getting snow and rain and ice and all that kind of stuff this weekend. So I want to get these out and get them other ones in here so they can start to get dried out. So I think it worked. Like I said, I don't want to push it. It probably could go up to 130, 140. But like I said, I'm not going to push the insulation here. I mean, did they split? Yeah, of course they split. And for what I'm going to use them for, it doesn't matter to me if they have a crack in them or not. I'm going to make a table with the resin, so it would just fill in the cracks anyway. So if you didn't want them split, yeah, this probably isn't the method for you.
All right, thanks for joining us. Here's a small sampling of just some of her more recent projects that she does with all the wood that she finds. This particular lamp right here we salvaged from Project 205. Here's a couple of walnut slabs. She'll probably make some kind of signage or something with them. Here's a cool little lamp. This is one of them walnut cookies after she dried it in the kiln. You know, we're hoping possibly when she retires we could generate a little income on her creativity and projects, but for now it's just a hobby. This was an oak chunk that she got from a downed tree that we got firewood from as well. So totally cool stuff. She enjoys making it. I love seeing it. Our house is completely decorated with one-of-a-kind furnishings in that, from cedar, from oak, from hickory, and other chunks of wood, walnut that we've gotten over the years from time to time. So nice work, honey. Thanks for taking us along in the woods. Everyone have a great weekend. Today is Friday, and have a great Memorial Day weekend too. So thanks and take care.